Hello and welcome everybody to the 2024 Used Driver Buying Guide. And this is just a guide. Ultimately, your opinions are more important than my opinion, but I'm just going to share some thoughts and some experience I have buying used drivers. So, you're looking at a display. Can you see TaylorMade right here? This is a Sim 2 display. And this is when TaylorMade started cost cutting. Oh, we're going to use aluminum instead of titanium, carbon fiber and a little bit of titanium. The club after this, the Stealth 2, carbon fiber and aluminum. So a lot of cost cutting there. I think they still might have certain parts of that are titanium, but it's very small amounts. So you're looking for a used driver. In 2024, I have some thoughts and ideas. For starters, and this is for anybody who's looking for a used club, you might be an experienced golfer, a new golfer, just looking to upgrade your driver. Sometimes in complete sets, they have aluminum drivers, which in my opinion can be replaced pretty easily. So the first thing to do is decide what you want. All right, generally people want a full-size head, so you're not going to be looking at really vintage clubs, 30 years plus, where you're going to get these small little wooden heads. You're looking for something with a big forgiving face, okay? So you want 460cc, easy checkbox. Do you want an adjustable neck? If so, be very careful. First tip is always be sure that you buy a driver with a shaft. You'll see them online all the time where it's head only, and you're like, oh sweet, only $90, you want to buy that. And then you realize, oh, the neck adapters, they don't make those anymore. And it's really hard to find a shaft and a neck adapter, and it's really hard to pair that, and you're going to end up spending more for the shaft than for the club head, which for a lot of people is a normal thing, but you want to be in $200, $250 for a driver? I would say you can do really well and get a competitive, not the best, but you can get a competitive driver for under $150, including shipping. So first tip, if you're going to buy something with an adjustable head, be sure it comes with a shaft, preferably a shaft of the right length. You don't want a youth length shaft, okay? The second tip I have regarding searching for, a lot of you will be buying these on eBay. I personally like to shop in my domestic market. So for me, that's the United States. So there are lots of overseas vendors that are trying to sell these things. So on the eBay search, I'll click item location, USA only. If I lived elsewhere, I would search domestically first. Along with that, so that's the second thing, search for something domestic. The third tip is you want to watch out for shipping costs. Because every now and then you see a driver on sale, $10, and you're like, oh sweet, $10. You look at the shipping cost, $350. You're like, oh my goodness, that's not okay. That's a lot. It's normal for shipping at 2024 for shipping to be around $50 because they're big, weird boxes, and shipping companies, suffer from inflation just like everybody else. And so they're going to charge you more for these big, long boxes. Okay. So you could pay $50 for shipping, but any more than that, to me, seems kind of excessive for just one driver. So once you know what you want an adjustable head, you want titanium, you don't want aluminum, you kind of have an idea of what you're looking for, maybe even a brand you like, then go back to the oldest models that have all those features you're looking for, all those features. So for example, TaylorMade, the R9 is when they introduced the adjustable neck. Yes, this neck is not compatible with any of the new drivers, so this shaft you won't be able to move to a newer driver, which is fine in my opinion. So when you go back and find the oldest model or oldest club with all the features you want, that's where you should start looking. The R9, I've seen these sell for under $150 plus shipping. As to what you're going to find, it changes daily and weekly. Okay. Another example of this is Titlist. Okay. Titleist introduced the adjustable neck with their 910 series, 910 D2 and D3, depending on what you're looking for. These are some of the older Titleist clubs that I have seen sell for under $150. And you get, the Titleist branding, the looks, and that adjustable neck. This is one of the few adapters that are compatible with new drivers. So you buy one of these, and you say, hey, I like the new Titleist drivers. Let me go buy a new Titleist driver. This neck will fit in, as far as I know, all the new Titleist drivers. So, good, interesting entry point. So that's really quite that simple. Another thing is, if you're not looking for an adapter, to me, if you're brand new to golf, you want to be careful where you spend your time. Because these adapters, you can waste a lot of time studying them, learning about them, and you make these little micro adjustments where maybe your time would have been better spent getting lessons and working on your swing. Because these are not going to fix your swing. These are just going to fine-tune your driver. And there's not going to be huge night and day differences for somebody who's brand new to golf. If you're more experienced and you're just looking to upgrade, from like whatever old driver you might have, whether it's an aluminum one that came with a set, then maybe you are looking for a little fine tuning, and this will give you that option. So you might be looking for that. So pretty interesting what you can find. The other thing is, I would say, time frame. Okay, so I've been shopping at thrift stores for about a year and a half here in Wisconsin. I've been looking for what I would consider a modern driver that I could put in my bag and play and be okay with. Okay, so here's an RBZ, okay, famous for this white top because it gets all chewed up and dinged up. You can see this one's all dirty, and you can find these at discount when these are all scuffed up because there are marks on here and they look horrendous, and so you can find them for a good deal. But if you set a time frame, you say, all right, I'm not in any rush to buy this. I'm going to spend 1 year. For me, it was a year and a half. I'm going to try to find a driver that I can make a video about. And this is the reason why I'm making this video, is this club. I finally found a driver at Goodwill. And no, it wasn't $5. People are like, oh, they sold out at my Goodwill for $2. Good for you. Pick it up. It's an awesome deal. So the Goodwill that I shop at wanted $29.99 for this driver. Fair enough. I got into a driver for, less than $50 after taxes, less than $40 after taxes. It's absolutely fine. Adjustable neck. I think this is the old one. I don't think this will fit modern TaylorMade drivers, but $30. If I had been impatient, these things sell, and again, I see these sell for under $150, not all of them, but you can find them for under $150 on eBay, including shipping. So, is this, if somebody is looking to upgrade and you have some time and you're willing to shop around, go to thrift stores, go to Goodwill, sometimes you can find it, but it can take quite a while to find something like that. So if you're in a rush, your time frame is very short, eBay is going to be probably your best bet, and you're probably going to look there. Now, the final thing I want to talk about is, don't feel a need, like I was talking about, to find something with an adjustable neck. This is a Cleveland High Bore XL, extra large. This is just a massive driver. It makes a big katonk when you hit it. Not the prettiest thing, but if you're new to golf, you just want something like this, you can find these, generally speaking, for under $100 after shipping on eBay. And again, it changes every day. Price and availability subject to change is what I like to say. So you look for some of the brands like Adams. Adams makes some great drivers, some with adjustable necks, some not. And you can find those for under $150, all the way down to, sometimes $80, $90. Sometimes they'll have free shipping. So Adams Golf, Cleveland, some of these other brands that aren't quite as in demand. Like, yes, sure, I've seen Callaway Epic drivers sell for under $150 free shipping. I have seen that in the last 6 months. Would I count on that? No, probably not, but it doesn't hurt to look. So find something that you like. And some other little tips when you're shopping for a driver is, look for the off brands. And when you put in your search, some ways that you can find good deals when, like, an individual seller is just looking to get rid of their driver, they're looking to recoup certain costs. They say, hey, listen, I just want $120 for my driver. They'll list something like a Callaway Epic or a Callaway Rogue or a TaylorMade M6. one of these drivers that are generally going to cost you more than $150 to purchase, they'll list it for like $120 free shipping. They just want to get rid of it, okay? Because they already have their new driver. They're not interested in, tons of money. They just want to recoup some money, get it out of their house. Just get it out. And so what I like to do on my searches at eBay is go to buy it now, newly listed. And you refresh that search, 10 times a day if you're in the market, and just see what pops up. And occasionally you'll find somebody who's just unloading their old driver because they have a new one, especially in springtime, especially in the winter. You'll see it from January, I would say, until like June is when that's pretty common. And then just pick one of those up. You can also go to auctions and see what's ending soonest. But again, be careful that it's exactly what you want, because you have to spend some time. Because if you panic buy and you're like, oh my gosh, there's only 3 seconds left bid, and you realize, oh, it's head only. Now I need to spend $150 for a shaft with a compatible adapter. You can see my point. So my favorite is the buy it now, newly listed. And then secondarily, sometimes I'll look at auctions ending soonest for a new driver. I hope this was, a fun discussion, interesting for people who are new to golf, looking to pick up a fun driver. You can do it, and setting a long time frame can walk you into a pretty good deal. I haven't even hit this one yet. I have hit these in the past. This reminds me, I have an R11, I think, that also has a white top. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Any tips that you have for golfers who are new to golf, beginner golfers looking to upgrade their driver, leave them in the comments below about how you go about finding good deals on drivers in particular. And what do you look for in a driver? For me, I just like that 460cc head. I'm looking for something more forgiving rather than like an SLDR. I might be able to find a good deal on an SLDR, but that's not a club I want to put in my bag. I'm also not very happy with the Callaway XR driver. I think it's, not my favorite Callaway driver. Either way, these white top RBZ drivers they make me laugh. They make me happy. So excited to read your comments. Let's move on to fantasy golf. Congratulations to Nicholas Dunlop for winning the Sony Open. That was quite a tournament. I had no idea who was going to win that. I didn't do very well in fantasy golf. Should I roll in one of these drivers just so we have something to look at while we talk about fantasy golf? I'm going to put up the season leaders and the tournament winners here on the left side of the screen so you guys can see your name, be proud of your incredible foresight in being able to predict winners in PGA Tour events. It still baffles me, this game. I love fantasy golf. It's just fun and exciting. So we have, do we have another tournament coming up here? This is a reminder to set your lineup if we do. And as usual, all of you fantasy golf participants, you can, if you aren't in our fantasy golf league, you can join us. I'll put a link in the description below. It's free to play. It's just on the PGA website. Create an account, join the Vintage Golf League, and you too can have your name here on the leaderboard and have fun with the rest of our league. So thank you so much to my patrons. I really appreciate your support. Another way you can support the channel is visiting my Amazon shop. I'll put a link in the description below. Lots of golf accessories on that shop. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. That's how it helps this channel. Please subscribe if you enjoy this content or want to see more of it. Thank you everybody for watching. I am the Vintage Golfer.